Alright, everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. Apologies again for having fallen a little bit behind on kind of the channel video stuff. But again, it's been kind of a hectic couple of weeks. So, yeah, it's been a little bit hard. So, I'm just going to pull up Shonen Jump on here so I can get all the chapters and everything ready. But yeah, it's been a hectic couple of weeks, and that, along with the combination of sad, kind of makes it difficult to be a little bit consistent during the winter months. With that said, though, we're going to get caught up on the Shonen Jump chapters today. So we got some Akane-Banashi, Kaiju number 8, and Gokuraku to get around to. The read-throughs will hopefully be back sometime next weekend, once I've had a little bit of a chance to kind of recuperate a little bit more. But yeah, a lot of good stuff to look forward to, a lot of good stuff coming your way. So if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But without further ado, let us dive into it with Akane-Banashi, story 136, Still Alive. As we have pick up with a story by Yuki Tsunaga, art by Takama Samoe, with Rakugo supervision by Keiki Hayashiya, and translation by Stephen Paul, and lettering by Sneeron. Give me a second, sorry. So pick up with, come on. What, fucking some days, these just annoy me to no end. Sorry, there we go. Let's pick up with this. Absolutely, sorry, there's a bit of glare on there. So I'm trying to get closer. Yeah, alright. So pick up with this grumpy looking guy with the fourth Moroku Kashiwaya, the master of Kuroku Kashiwaya and the inheritor of Moroku, the venerable Miyoseki of the Kashiwaya school. Yeah, the fourth Moroku elevated tradition and formality above all else. He could not abide the thought of ruffians who would scrap with Yakuza taking the stage under the Kashiwaya name. They were forbidden from playing the opening act for over 2 years. And this is a continuation with the Urara and Akane. She's telling the story. And Urara's like, and in the meantime, Java, am I fast? Can I? Do you think? Maybe? The words of doubters. I can't go any speed but fast. They call me Tora the fleet of foot. And you see Marumaru with can't go any speed but fast. They call me Tora. See Marumaru. You see Shiguma and Isho both just like scribbling notes to each other and like practicing the Rakugo stories. And you have they seem so intense. Their concentration is quite phenomenal. It's like, do you know about them? They've learned nearly 70 stories in just 2 years. And you see this old ball-looking Rakugoka just freaking out with me like, 70 years? Who was the other thunder-haired guy? Give me a second. Sorry, I'm trying to look it up. It's Moroku Kashiwaya. I keep calling the name. So you see younger Moroku sitting there going, they're impressive, aren't they? They dedicate themselves to what they can achieve without complaining about their difficulties. And then you see a stomp as Isho just kicks Shiguma. He's like, huh? What did I do? It's like, it's much easier said than done. And you see the bald guy just lighting out a huff. He's like, just like rubs his head. And he goes, all the worse for them then. In this business, your master's word is law. If he says you can't take the stage, you must obey. They've been working for over 2 years without a light at the end of the tunnel. It's just cruel. They could lose their spirit at any time. And a younger Moroku's like, you're correct. I agree that my master is being rather cruel here, but their eyes are still alive. And you see him just like both turning excitedly to look at the stage as the performance is done. And it's like, I think they still have faith that he'll solve this for them. And the bald guy's like, faith? In whom? It's like, that should be obvious. You see just thunderous applause as Kuroku walks out onto the stage. And you have, he was an Okanban in name and fact. Most of all, Master was a pioneer. And Akane's like, pioneer? He's like, his art started with the refined skill of the classic traditionalists. And on top of that foundation, he wove a tapestry of stories according to his own free whims. And he's like, unlike today, this was an era where tradition ruled all, and adding anything to the classics was considered heresy, which is what made Master Kuroku's performances so thrilling. It's like he's only getting laughs for how off kilter it is, right? And you see, it's like, this is wild. It's like, Kuroku's got the biggest audience right now. It's like, those ain't the classics. Like, they don't watch him. It's like, hey, I can't see. And you see all the other, like, Rakugoka and, like, the apprentices and everyone just, like, watching the background commenting. And Kuroku's like, the thing is, I'm kind of jealous of him. Oh, sorry, that's someone else going, he's so free. but I could never copy him. I'd be too afraid of Master Moroku. It's like, I wish I could experiment like that. It's like, yeah, I know what you mean. But if he ends up inheriting the Moroku name, maybe he'll be the one to bring change to the world of Rakugo. And you see at Cafe Seal, you have a baby Horara with, "What? You performed Mr. Kuroku? Oh, what? You performed Mr. Kuroku? Why didn't you tell me? I wanted to see that." And it shows like he was a last minute substitution. And Shigen was like, "Good news for you, doll. It's a Kashiwaen, a special event that happens only every 5 years, featuring Kashiwaya's most talented performers. It's happening at Yasakate next month. Our master's in it too, of course, and he's the main event of the daytime performance." And she's like, "Oh, really? And so are you still not allowed to perform?" He looks down. He's like, "Well," it's like, "they are now." And Kuroku was like, "Rahaha! I was just coming here to deliver the news. I've been put in charge of the event, so I shoved you onto the bill." And Urara was like, "Good for you. Be grateful to Master Kuroku now." He's like, "What? I thought you'd be happier." And it shows like the person in charge of Kashiwa N throughout the years is either Moroku or the future Moroku. And you see Kuroku just grinning as he goes, "Rahaha! Well, even my old master has to be honest about the art itself." And he's like, "You've been waiting long enough. I gotta at least give you a good spot for your first show." He's like, "Master!" It's like, "However, no telling Master that you guys are appearing. This was all my idea." He's like, "Huh? Are you sure about this?" He's like, "Rahaha, what did I say? He's honest about the art. So blow him away. I know you can do it." He's like, "Haha." He's like, "Yeah, Raku go, Raku go, Raku go." He's like, "Rahaha." And he's like, "Shut up, you moron." It's like, "Shall we go get some drinks?" It's like, "As long as it's not on a tab." Oh, God, man, of course. And you see the next day as he's meeting with the other Moroku with Master's like, "What did you say?" He's like, "Kuroku, I will give you the name of Moroku Kashiwaya, but in exchange, I want those two ruffians expelled." You see him just standing there in shock. So yeah, I guess some quick thoughts on the chapter. Uh, I don't know, like I'm a little bit mixed on this one, just because of the implication that like, oh, Akane is like the future. Because I think I was right. I think I called this a couple of chapters ago, where I was like, oh, what I was calling what's like freestyle rock ago. It's like what I said. Akane is basically aiming for. So I know, like, I'm always like where this idea of like, oh, there was these two separate styles just kind of happen to like be developed at like two separate times by separate people by like the inherited ideas thing. It's just I don't know, just something feels off about it to me with this chapter. I think I'll have to like sit with my feelings on it a little bit more before I decide like what exactly is bugging me about it. But apart from that, I think this again kind of gives you a little bit more of an idea of like how hierarchical and rigid the structure of Rakugo, society kind of was. With like we have to kind of stick to tradition. Like innovation isn't really allowed or encouraged. So it's kind of interesting to see kind of like see the rebels against kind of like the establishment kind of route that is going with these last couple of chapters. Again, I'm very curious to like as to what happened that led to kind of like current Isho being where he is now, and like how what happened to his relationship with Kuroku over the time. But yeah, not a lot to say in this chapter. Like very much transitionary. A lot of stuff going on without like really kind of progressing things forward. Kind of just more backstory and development. So not as compelling as the last couple of chapters, but still very good on its own. I'm very curious where the whole expelling thing is because obviously like he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna expel them. So is this gonna be a thing of like, oh, because he wasn't able to inherit the name, did he open up his own like school or thing, or like what's happening from here? So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. So like I said at the beginning, we'll be getting caught up on all these Shonen Jump chapters this weekend. So we got some Akane-Banashi, Kaiju, Gokuraka Guy coming out your way. So a lot of stuff to look forward to. I think Spy Family will be back in a couple of weeks, so hopefully we'll get around to that when those new chapters drop. But yeah, a lot of good stuff coming your way. So if you enjoy these videos, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I said, it really means a lot to me. Also look forward to read-throughs coming back sometime next weekend. Until next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.